Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Monday. Happy first Monday with daylight savings time back in our face. Give me a second. I've got to turn on my light, and then I'll come on camera. All right, got the light on. Let me see if I can. All right, I'm on camera. Still kind of dark in here, but at least, yeah, it's kind of dark in here. But it is what it is. I think it's because I have that light on behind me. Let me see. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, see, the light made me, that other light kind of canceled out the light that was on my face. Hey, James, I haven't seen you in a while. Miss Mahogany, hey. So tonight I'm kind of drinking water. I do have a little lemonade, but I don't know about you guys, but was it not rough getting up this morning? I'm still kind of like getting over losing my hour. You know, I'm still feeling it. And you know, the thing is that when we roll back, I don't even feel like I got the hour. I don't even feel like I get it. So, you guys, I'm playing with backgrounds. I got, a few more backgrounds on here. So, I had this one, or there's another one that was like just raindrops. But I'll use that on another time. I think I might use that one on the other channel, actually. But yeah, you guys, it is officially, we're in daylight savings time, and we're almost to spring. As promised, I did get out the coffee talk today, but I also put out another video over the weekend due to the tragic loss of Tracy Braxton. And I wanted to talk about Tracy first, because that really, hit me really, really hard. She died from a cancer called esophageal cancer, and I believe that is throat cancer. I don't think it's stomach cancer. It may be stomach cancer, but it's one of those two because she lost a great deal of weight over a year. I guess she was fighting it for like a year. She transitioned on Friday morning, and if you don't know which one of the Braxton sisters she is the one who stayed in the DMV area. The rest of them left there, and she was part of the group originally. She left the group. Well, she was forced to leave the group, really, when she got pregnant with her son, her one and only child that she has, that was left because they dropped her from the group. And so we hadn't heard anything from Tracy by herself until she put out Last Call, which was the bomb song. And I also want to talk about the strained relationships that she and Tamar had. Because, let me take this thing out of my ear because I'm hearing doubles. Because, Tamar, was like the worst, the absolute worst to Tracy. And, hey, Tutu Thing. I mean, we saw her just pretty much drag Tracy, and call her everything but a child of God, when they were doing the show over the years. And, I think that even though they did make up, Tamar is feeling the most guilt over this, you guys, because they didn't make up, like really make up, until Tracy was sick. And Tamar blames it on her being young. No, it wasn't. And I like Tamar. I'm a Tamartian. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And how she treated her sister was wrong. And she's going to have to live with that. She's going to have to live with how she treated her sister. Now, Tracy was the third of the kids, because their brother Michael and Tony are the only ones that were older than Tracy. And she was the third child, and then she was also the third person to die in the Braxtons, if you guys know what's been going on. Trina's ex-husband Gabe died. Then their brother Michael lost his daughter. And now Tracy has died. Yeah, cancer. I mean, she was 50 years old. I don't know a lot about the type of cancer that she had. However, I
think, you know, there were things that Tracy did, because I think she smoked. And I'm not talking about cigarettes. I think she like smoked cigars or something. You know, a lot of women do that. That's, you know, I tried it one time, y'all, and I felt like I was high. So I was just like, this is not for me. But she was only 50 years old. She only was fighting it for a year. I think her and her husband, they had been married for over 30 years. They had been married for over 30 years. So, you know, Kevin is, you know, my prayers are to him, because you could see how tight things were as far as her marriage, even if they had issues or whatever in the past and stuff. The fact is that, you know, she was very, very close to her, you know, very close with her husband. I mean, they did everything together. And she always seemed like the redheaded stepchild in the way that her siblings portrayed her. You know, she didn't give up her music career in the beginning willingly. She got pregnant with her son, and the label decided that that was not a good look for the group, and so they knocked it down to a trio. And then the trio ended up singing backup for Tony. I'm just saying. You had Trina, Tawanda, and Tamar. And Tracy, originally, if you go back, they were the Braxton. And originally, Tony was part of the group. But when Tony was offered a deal by herself, Tracy is the one who told her to go for it. Tracy's the one who told her to go for it. And don't worry about them. You know, people they don't know as much about Tracy as they did about the other Braxton, but she's the only one who never left where they were from. She's the only one who stayed in Severn, Maryland. And for those of you who think that Severn, Maryland is Baltimore, it's not Baltimore. It's not DC either, okay? It's like one of those places that's in between, okay? It's in between the two. And the people in Severn act more like folk, the ghetto folk from DC than be more folk. But you know, it's all in the same area. You know, it's all pretty much the same area. So a lot of people don't know as much about Tracy, but when she did her album, we saw that she had a beautiful voice. It was effed up that Tamar tried to say that it was auto-tuned. She snatched it off the internet, but you know, if you put it out there, even if you take it down, somebody will find it, and people have found it. So you know, I don't think it's the right time for people to be trying to make Tamar feel bad, because I think Tamar's going to do a good enough job of it herself. You know, I think she's going to do a good enough job of herself. And I hope that she is genuinely genuinely changed in how she treats other people, especially her siblings. Because yeah, she treated Tracy to work, but she didn't have a very good relationship with any of her siblings except for maybe Tony. But not, she didn't have that, Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I love the video Last Call too. And then, if you guys get a chance, I put out a very short video about her over the weekend. But, I talked about, she did several movies. The last movie that she was in was a Christmas season movie that came out in 2020 in the middle of COVID. So go take a look at that. And she worked at she worked at a radio station in DC with Donnie Simpson, the great Donnie Simpson, who many of you may remember from being on BET back in the day, because he had a music show on BET. But while he was doing that music show on BET, he was also a radio personality in DC. Still is. He originally was on WKYS, and now he is on WPGC. And that's where he and Tracy met. So, like a lot of people say, I hope that she knew before she left this earth that she was not the wannabe Braxton. She just like their brother. Their brother was not in show business and is not in show business. Everyone didn't have to be an entertainer. And when her time came, she shone. I mean, because Last Call went to number 16 on the R&B charts. And that's very good. So, actually, no. Is that the way it went to? I think that might have gone to number 1. I think it went to number 1 on the R&B charts. Whatever I said in my video is what it is. I can't remember. One of them went to 16. I think the album might have gone to 16, and the single Last Call went to number 1. Yeah, that's the way it is. Y'all know. I think about that for a minute. You see what you guys are saying? Yeah, Donnie Simpson, and he's from Detroit, by the way. He's from Detroit, but DC claims him, even though we know he didn't grow up there. But he's been there for so long. He's been such a fixture on the radio in DC. I mean, he was on the radio when I was a kid, okay? I'm just telling you. He was on the radio when I remember it all through high school. Okay? So he's been on the radio in DC for at least 40 years. You know what I'm saying? At least 40 years he's been on the radio in DC. And he still looks good too. But it is going to be a severe loss, I believe, to the Braxton family of Tracy, because what we are finding is that Tracy was the mediator on a lot of stuff, especially as far as their relationship with their father. No, I don't. She's around. She's just not online. But I don't know, because she's not saying anything in the members only group. So I figured that it's not our business. But I see her online, active online, so I know she's okay. Yeah, they all could sing. They all could sing. Oh, really? Wow. So he did that before he went to DC. Because I know DC wasn't his first stop, as far as radio. He didn't start in DC. Even though DC might not be like a huge market, it's a big market. A lot of people don't get to just start in DC. So that's cool. That's really, really cool. That's really cool. That he did something, to kind of promote communications as a field for young people. I remember when I started in college at Hampton. One of the majors there was mass media, which is basically a communications major. And I always thought about why I didn't want to be a communications major. I don't know. Even though I knew I wanted to do stuff in entertainment, I never even thought about me, doing radio, which I did for 10 years. Anyway, but yeah, there's still not a lot of Black people in radio, off of Black radio. And in some markets, we aren't the ones who are running, we aren't even the faces of Black radio. But I digress. Because that's not even what we were talking about. We were talking about, my girl Tracy Braxton, who rest in paradise, died at the age of 50 from esophageal cancer. He helped hundreds of Blacks. Communications is a good field. It is a good field. And that's great that he did that too. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think the Braxtons are still going to be on. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I just hope that the family heals. Most of all, I pray for the parents. I pray for their mom and I pray for their dad, because no parent should have to put their child in the ground, no matter what age they are. We as parents expect that we're going to go before our children, even if it's of old age, which is what I pray and hope and cover my body every day that it's going to be for me. But I know that this has to be devastating for Miss Evelyn and for their father, Michael Sr. So now I'm going to get on to the foolery that is YouTube. And as you notice, although people were acting a dumbass all freaking weekend, I didn't post none of that stuff on my community tab. I had better things to do. I told y'all about a poem that I dropped, and on the Purple Diva Den, and then I told you guys, in regards to Tracy, and I was compelled. I mean, y'all, I was compelled to make that video because that was not. I wasn't making a video. I wasn't making any. I was working on the video about interracial dating. Interracial relationships. And when that happened with Tracy, when I found out about that Saturday morning, I stopped what I was doing and started putting together that video on her. Because I just felt like it would be right. Because I knew that everybody is, all people are talking about was, that she died. Nobody was talking about what she did when she was alive, who she was. So I just, put a little thing together, and then the resources that I added on there gave you more information than I actually put into that, because I didn't go through her entire career as a Braxton, before, the reality TV stuff. Finished the lemonade. Now we're finished. We have water to finish. So, as the weekend turned, and I was, working on my content, people were acting a fool on the platform. So, how I talk about, people having to prove that they're good mothers and that kind of stuff on here. Okay. And that we shouldn't have to prove it. Okay. But we have this one individual that's going around here that's acting like a victim when she, not YouTube, but she lost her children for over a year and paraded around the platform pretending for months that she still had them. And, let me tell y'all about what CPS does when they come to your house. Because as I told you guys, I had CPS called on me when my son was younger, as most parents of children with autism do, unfortunately. So when CPS comes to your house, they knock on your door, and in my situation, because I didn't work, I worked during the day, they didn't show up in the middle of the day. They came in the evening and came in. We had a conversation. They told me why they were there, looked around my house, and just told me that they were gonna keep me under observation for 30 more days, because that's their quote unquote, thing. That was it. She said she didn't see any issues. All of the things that were quote unquote said in the CPS report, anonymous report, she found no merit with any of them. They were all completely outlandish. She knew about autistic kids, understood, what, things that go on with autistic kids, but there were no conditions for her to have to worry about. But that's not what happened, allegedly, with this young lady. Allegedly, with this young lady, there were a number of incidents that led them to believe that there was child endangerment and child neglect going on. And whatever they saw when they came to her residence made the South Carolina Family Services deem to remove the children immediately, which means that your place must have been nasty and there had to have been grounds for them to take them. Anybody believe in all this stuff that you're saying about when they came? We not going. We not going, you know. And, you know, and my advice to you has always been, you know, to not be all over this platform doing all the stuff that you're doing. You should really be concentrating on your children. And, you know, your excuse for why you didn't get your kids back for over a year is that every time you went to court, they added something on. But I don't know if that's true. You know, I don't know if that's true. It could be that you didn't make court dates and therefore things were added on because you weren't there, so they added something on. Or it could be that you didn't complete what you were told to do, and therefore you got things added on. I don't think that things were arbitrarily added on, because in most states, CPS is not trying to keep your children. They're not. They really, really not. Okay? But you've been going around the platform all weekend long. I was in one of the lives, so I know. I was there. You know, making excuses for every goddamn thing. I mean, the only thing that you said that was the truth is that it was that you are the reason that you lost your children. Okay? I do not believe, knock on wood, that your mental health was the reason that you lost your kids. I believe that you were already having a situation, and when you lost your kids, this is just my opinion, you then brought your mental health into it. Not that your mental health wasn't an issue before, but that's not the reason why the children were taken out of the home. That's all I'm saying. So, yes, the young lady has been going around the platform, you know, on a platform tour, because, you know, that's what we do. You know, and taking no accountability, still trying to throw people up under the bus, still, you know, doing behaviors, in my opinion, that might endanger her having custody of her children that she just got back. Just got her children back. Yet she's still on the platform 24 hours a day. You know, like, who the F is watching your kids, girl? You know, it's not like you have one child who's an adult like I do. You have 5 freaking kids. And I believe you have custody of 4 of them. But that's, you know, still a lot of kids to be there while you're doing whatever it is you're doing all over the platform. And, you know, okay, you say that you're making money, but how much money are you really making on this platform from Cash Apps or whatever it is, because you don't have a monetized channel, to sustain you and your children? And then your card reading. I'm just wondering, ma'am. I'm just wondering. Hey, 1SP. And then here's the kicker. Then she gets on the platform and goes on a overnight rant over the weekend. You know, after she did the tour, you know, because I literally fell asleep on the argument. It's just, you know, I was just kind of, anyway. So she was on all night long talking about another YouTuber, saying that she's not, you know, talking about how she was better than this other one, talking about, you know, but here's the thing, ma'am. Here's the thing. Even if said other YouTuber went through all the things that you two have gone through, the one thing that she hasn't done that you did is lost her children. So I'm going to tell you something, and you can take this with a grain of salt. But it has to be you have to be a seriously effed up mother in the eyes of Child Protective Services for them to take your child away from you. You have to be. I mean, there has to be signs of child endangerment and child neglect. They don't take your children away from you because of your mental health. So you worried about this other YouTuber who never has lost her children. So what if she was in the entertainment industry, you know, with no clothes on, performing? She got a husband though now. Somehow, through all of her efforty, she never lost her children, even though we know that at one point she was homeless. But she still had her kids. You see how that works? See, as long as you have a place for your children to sleep, even if you are homeless, you won't lose your kids. Matter of fact, they'll help you to have a place for you and your kids to be, so they don't have to take the kids from you. That part. So, while you were spending all weekend talking about her, then her husband comes online. Her husband comes online and says that nobody cares about what you're saying because all the things that you're talking about are things that happened years ago. And I have to amen Cookie on this. Nobody on here gives a damn about receipts. Okay? You can have all the receipts you want. They don't give an F. Don't give an F. It's been proven. Even when receipts are right in front of them, they gonna do what they want to do. They gonna believe what they want to believe. They gonna act like those receipts don't exist. So please continue to pour out your ancient receipts, honey. Don't nobody care about those receipts. And this other girl ain't thinking about you. You are wasting your breath. She is renting space in your head for free. She really is. And you think that this makes you look good, honey. It makes you not look good. It simply amplifies all of your own flaws. Stop focusing on what somebody else is doing, sweetie. Stop focusing on what somebody else is doing. Y'all little girls to me anyway. You know, so I'm sure you think that my old ass has nothing to say. Well, let me just say something to you. I may not have had a bunch of kids out of wedlock, but here's what I did have. I had a husband. I never lost my child to the system. And I ain't been floating around YouTube for some pain. that's what I haven't been doing. You know, you can think I'm old and dusty, whatever. We not old and dusty over here, though. Over here, you know, because I'm one of your supporters. You know, I mean, I be in your chat all the time and everything, but, you know, I'll be up in the clouds. I'll be watching what you're doing. But I'm not supporting the F issue you're on right now. You know, honey, you need to take accountability. You need to concentrate on your kids. If you've got bona fide business on YouTube, then be about your bona fide business and stop being on here talking all this bull. Because see, you know, if you're all this that you say you are, then you can show people better than you can tell them. But word on the street is your day is gone. And now it's someone else's day. And you are feeling upset and salty because nobody's paying attention to you anymore. And you are also wasting your time just going off on this girl. If you think that people want to hear it, nobody really wants to hear it. They're just not telling you. Nobody wants to hear what you're talking about in regards to her and your comparisons of you and her, even though you say you're not comparing y'all. And we understand that you take advice from nobody because you think you know it all and, you know, you went to school and all of this, blah, blah, blah. I went to school too, girl. I went to school too. And I'm obviously old enough to be your mama. Although, no child of mine would. Never mind. Never mind. I was just like, you know what, I don't want to go into spaces that are going to make me have to put this on members only. Which is what I'm going to do with that cursing live stream that I didn't monetize back in the day. I think it was last month. Yeah, we're going to just push that over to members only. You know, I don't really care if that's in the watch hours. We don't care about having watch time for that one. You know, it's been out there long enough that the perpetrators, if they were going to hear it, they heard it. We're just going to move it over to members only because what I said and how I talked in that particular live is not how I normally come on here and conduct myself. Okay? But, you know, every once in a while, you got to come on here and cuss somebody out. Because, you know, they think that just because you're nice, you don't know how to be nice to you. And I do. I mean, they don't understand. I was born in February. We petty as hell. And although I don't get on here and do it, I can cuss somebody out like a sailor. Seriously. You know, and that's not even anything to be proud of, you know, because clearly I know how to use my words better. Which is why y'all only see me go there once, you know, but hey, you know, every once in a while you just gotta do it. Especially gotta do it when you're not really mad. When you're just cussing them out to let them know to don't F with you. Cause you ain't here for it. You know. Now, if I got mad on here, yeah. That would probably be just the members only from the get-go. It would just be a members only live from the beginning. It would be up for the members only to get that information. Other than that, yeah, we don't even do it. You see what you guys do. Hey, Miss Jada, how are you? Thank you for coming in, sis. Jada, maybe you can answer Tutu Thing Thing's question. She was asking about Jovi, and I told her I didn't know. But what I do know is that Jovi's okay. I think she just needed a YouTube vacation, and so she's taking it. All right, thank you. I know it's like one something. Yeah, and on Friday night, y'all, if y'all noticed, I have my live. I think I did my live on here at 9, and I might even move that earlier. I might move it even earlier on Friday, and I have the live on the Purple Diva Den at 10. But what I may do is move this live to like 8:30 and be on from 8:30 to 9:30. And then come on at 10 o'clock instead of 10:30 on the other one. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling on Friday. You know, because I'm taking a stress day on Friday. I'm off just to be off. It's a planned stress day, as they call it. You know, I planned it out, got it approved. Because I told you guys we're really slow at work right now, so now's the time. I know, that's what I said. She's good. She's just taking a YouTube break. You know, I understand. Oh, you took the rest? Are you taking everything? Okay. So anyway, you guys, that whole message was for YouTuber Jazzy G. You know, she originally came over here from the Nature Boy sector. And this whole ish that she has with this other content creator, it's bull that she just brought over here from the Nature Boy sector. We don't care. We don't care. We really don't care. And the people in the beef sector don't care either. So the black sector doesn't care about your receipts. The beef sector doesn't care about your receipts. Matter of fact, the only thing I see is that people are watching what you're doing so that they can call CPS on you again. Ma'am, I'm just shaking my head because you know what you need to do. But you're not going to do it. So I don't know, maybe what people are saying is true. Maybe you really, you know, went through all the motions and got your kids back, but you really don't want them. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you do want to keep your kids, you'll stop being on here showing you're behind. If you're here to do content, then do your effing content. I'm just saying. You know, and hopefully you're making all this money in cash apps. Or here's a thought: if YouTube is your job, monetize your effing channel. You have enough subscribers. I know you've got enough watch hours, unless you deleted your videos. Do that. Get members to your channel. Make some money off of it. Make some legitimate money off of it. I'm just saying. You know? You know, and if you are proud about living in subsidized housing and all of that stuff, when you've been doxxed, everybody knows where you live. Okay, lady. But I'm sure if everybody knew where I lived and I had, my kids and I just gotten them back from CPS and I really wanted to keep my kids, I would be looking for someplace else for us to be that people didn't know about. That's what I would be doing. But, that's how my brain works. That's how my brain works, But I don't know, maybe your ministry is being on YouTube 24 hours a day. That's not my ministry. Not my ministry. My ministry is not to be on here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because if I was doing that, then that would not be a smart use of my time on this channel. Because I'm not on here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I've found time to start another channel and basically just try to squeeze it all together, So far, so good. We'll see. I know I might eventually do more live streams on the other channel. But thankfully, I don't go live on this channel every day. So I've got, I only go 3 times a week. So that leaves 4 other days that I could potentially do a live for the other channel to get, watch hours over there. As soon as I decide if I really want to monetize that channel, we'll see. I don't know. I think I do. But I still haven't added that channel to this channel's on my AdSense account, to start the process. Because I figure I'll wait until I get more subscribers and, have a few hours, like I've been online for more than 30 days. That channel literally has been alive for less than 30 days. So my goal is to get it to 100 subscribers before I hit 30 days so that I can personalize that channel. And so it'll be easier for people to find it in, when they go searching for it. Additionally, that my next goal is to get that channel to 500 subscribers, because at 500 subscribers, that channel has its own community wall, and I won't have to suck up my community wall over here by, promoting my other channel on this channel, because I can't promote it on my other channel. So that's, I will still be promoting it on this channel, obviously, but then I'll have, traction on the channel itself, and I won't exclusively be putting it on here. Like if I have something competing on both channels, then I can put in stuff on this channel, this for this channel, and stuff on that channel for that channel. Because like this weekend, I was uploading things for both channels. And if I had a community wall on that channel, then I wouldn't have had to put it on my community wall on this channel, and potentially people not see when I posted my own video that was actually on this channel. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but when we post things on our community wall, YouTube generally doesn't show those things. It updates what people see on your community wall in their feed every 3 days. So if I post something every day, they're only going to see what I post every 3rd day. And then they'll see the things that I posted on the other days, like 2-3 days, three days out. So that's one of the reasons why I try to spread out my posts on my community wall. Even though I do like to come up on there and say good morning to you guys, I'm trying to do that more, trying to stay more engaged that way. But I also realize that YouTube's not letting you guys see everything I post on my community wall unless you just come over to my community wall and look for yourself, unfortunately. So that's why I need to get a community wall for the other freaking channel. So I'm working on it, I think I'm almost to 40 subscribers on my other channel. And oh, just in case y'all forgot, here's a friendly reminder. Time for a little commercial break before we get out of here. So let me give you guys a commercial break. Let me go over here and get this little commercial on for you guys. One second. Here it is.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'll see you on the other side.
That was a word from our sponsors. All right, David is here. Come on, Dave, because y'all know he gets a attitude. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. You don't have nothing to say?
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. Okay. All right. All right. All he cares is he just wants to say hi to y'all. He just wants to say hi. So you guys, I'm about to get off of here. It's starting to get hot. All these lights. Hey Terry. Starting to get hot. But if you have not had a chance to take a look at the new upload on this channel, I did 2 over the weekend. Rest in Paradise, Tracy Braxton. Give you a little short bio on Miss Braxton. And then today I put out a coffee talk series on interracial relationships. I am in the process of working on the next spoken word for the Purple Diva Den. So hopefully I'll get that out by midweek. Hopefully get that out to you guys by midweek. I'm just making up my mind whether I'm going to do it from one of the new poems that I wrote, or if I'm going to do it on one of the old poems, like something that I wrote years ago. And I'm kind of leaning towards one of the ones that I wrote years ago. It's not a really long poem. I think it'll end up being like maybe 4 minutes when it's actually performed. But I think I'm gonna do that one. Yeah, that's one I think I'm gonna do. Anyway, you guys, when we get out of here, I will see you guys on Wednesday. As I promised, all of the lives for the week are already scheduled out, so you guys know when they are. I know they're late for y'all on the East Coast, but you can, catch me on the replay, like first thing in the morning when y'all get up. And I am working on potentially maybe doing a daytime live on the weekends. I'm thinking about it, y'all. I'm thinking about it. Y'all know, because, I worked on the week. And, even though I work from home, I still work. I really work. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.